Faster my good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker. As always, playing the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and around the world. And we start tonight with some advice from Lucy Ward.
Well, an old man came courting me, hey, ding dorum da. Well, an old man came courting me being young. An old man came courting me, all for his wife to be made. When he young, never wed an old man. For they've got no forlorn for liver I, or they've got no forlorn for liver I. They've got no forlorn, they've lost their ding dorum dar maids. When he young, never wed an old man. Oh, when this old man comes to bed, hey, ding dorum dar. Oh, when this old man comes to bed, me being young. When this old man comes to bed, he lays like a lump of lead. Maids when he young, never weds an old man, 'cause they've got no forlorn for liver I, or they've got no forlorn for liver I. Hey, got no forlorn, they've lost their ding dorum da. Maids when he young, never weds an old this old man goes to sleep, me being young. When this old man goes to sleep, out of bed I do creep into the arms of an handsome young man. And he's got forlorn for liver I, or he's got forlorn for liver I. Hey, he's got forlorn and a ding dorum da. Maids when you're young, never wears an old man. Oh, I wish this old man would die, hey, ding dorum da. Well, I wish this old man would die, me being young. I wish this old man would die, I'd make the money fly. Maids for your sakes, never wear an old man, 'cause they've got no forlorn for liver I, or they've got no forlorn for liver I. Hey, got no forlorn, they've lost their ding dorum da. Maids when you're young, never wear an old man. Got no forlorn for liver I, or they've got no forlorn for liver I. Hey, got no forlorn, they've lost their ding dorum da. Maids when you're young, never wears an old man. Maids when you're young, never wears an old man. Maids when you're young, never wears an old man.
Lucy Ward there with Maids When You're Young from her 2011 album Adelphi Has to Fly. A very different Lucy Ward from the great song Lion that I played at the end of the show on the week before Remembrance Sunday. Now, I had an email to folkshow@manxradio.com from a certain Tony Hewson. He asked me to play a tune by Phil Cunningham, here from the Transatlantic Sessions Series 6 Volume 2, called Loch Catherine's Lady. He repeated the request when he came round to the house for curry last weekend, so I better get on with it. He says that he wants everyone to learn this so that we can all play along at the session in O'Donnell's tomorrow night. So get your homework done, everybody.
to follow yours anymore. Don't wanna be the lonely Tonto in the picture, staring out across horizons like before. You've got to have your own Lone Ranger, somebody riding out just for you, someone who's gonna keep a watch until the morning, and you know you're safe because his aim is true. Miles away, it was miles away, I first heard your name out on the breeze. Now coyote spoke, and the night's so dark. I need someone who'll rescue me, somebody like my own Lone Ranger, to come riding out of nowhere just for me, someone to take the reins and circle all the wagons, start the fire for our cowboy jamboree. You've got to have your own Lone Ranger, someone who's reaching out just for you, till the stars fall in and I can breathe again, and I can ride out on my own.
Jackie Oates there with a song written by Charlie Dore from her new album Gracious Wings, following the tune Loch Catherine's Lady, requested by Tony. You too can get in touch via folkshow@manxradio.com, and you can also get along to lots of sessions and other folky and roots things happening this week. Tomorrow lunchtime, Wednesday lunchtime, Paul and Annie are appearing at the House of Manannan Foyer Concerts, 12:30 till 1:30. Wednesday night, of course, tomorrow night is also the O'Donnell session. Folk Club in Ramsey on Thursday night, the Mitre session in Ramsey on Friday night. Saturday night, the Heinrich Manoeuvre are playing at the Ginger Hall in Sulby with a guest guitarist, me. And then on Sunday lunchtime, it's the Laxey Sailing Club trad session. Now, speaking of gigs, I might have mentioned last week that I was going to see Bellowhead at Liverpool Philharmonic at the weekend. Well, I'm delighted to report that all of the carefully made travel plans worked, and all four Barkers convened in Liverpool and met up with regular listeners and correspondents to the show, the Gallops of Staveley in Cumbria, and a splendid time was had by all. Bellowhead lived up to every expectation, especially from our second row seats. Not that anyone was sat down for very long, as the whole place, balcony and all, were on their feet dancing in their places for most of the set. It was just joyous. Supporting Bellowhead was Sam Sweeney, Bellowhead fiddler and acrobat, with his band, which, as well as Sam, is Louis Campbell on electric guitar, Jack Rutter on acoustic guitar, Ben Nichols on double bass. They played tunes from Sam's new album, Escape That, and from it, here is a tune that Sam named after a phrase from his young nephew who, whenever he saw somebody upset, would say, "Don't worry, trains." was Sam Sweeney from his new album Escape That. Now, taking a trip into the depth of my record collection, I'm going to, in a moment, play you some Morris tunes from the 1972 album Morris On, which features Barry Dransfield, Ashley Hutchins, John Kirkpatrick, Dave Mattox, Richard Thompson, and singing Shirley Collins. But before that, here is the same Barry Dransfield with his brother Robin, they're from Harrogate, singing a song which was the very first to be collected by Cecil Sharp from The Gardener of a Sussex Vicarage, all very pastoral.
I sowed the seeds of love, I sowed them in the spring, I gathered them up in the morning so soon, when the small birds sweetly sing, when the small birds sweetly sing. My garden was planted well, with flowers everywhere, but I had not the liberty to choose for myself the flowers I loved so dear, the flowers I loved so dear. My gardener was standing by, I asked him to choose for me. He chose me the violets, the lily and the pink, but these I refused all three. But these I refused all three. The violet I did not like, because it fades too soon. The lily and the pink I too did overthink, so I vowed I'd wait till June. I vowed I'd wait till June. In June there's the red, red rose, and that's the flower for me. Many times I have aimed at that red rosy bud, but gained the willow tree, but gained the willow tree. The willow it will twist, the willow it will twine. I wish I was back in that young girl's arms, that once held this heart of mine, that once held this heart of mine. Of hyssop I'll take a spray, no other flowers I'll touch, so all the world may say of me that I loved one flower too much, that I loved one flower too much. Come all you broken-hearted lovers, who still can feel the pain. The grass that once was trodden underfoot, give it time, it'll rise again. Give it time, it'll rise again.
Oh, once they said my cheeks was red, but now they're scarlet pale. When I, like a silly girl, believed his flattering tale. For he vowed he'd never deceive me, and I, like a silly, believed he. For the moon and the stars so brightly shone over the willow tree.
I always enjoy watching the Morris sides when I go to Shrewsbury Folk Festival. The first few times I went to that festival, a duo who seemed to be everywhere were Greg Russell and Kieran Alger, two young lads with great songs and tunes and a great sense of humour. I've not heard anything of them for a while. I know that Greg was presenting a weekly folk show at BBC Radio Sheffield, but that seems to be a thing of the past. Where are you guys? You should come and play at the Institute. Anyway, this was always a crowd pleaser from them, working on the new railroad.
Working on the new railroad, mud up to my knees. Working on the new railroad with mud up to my knees. Digging for Big John Henry, he's so hard to please. I've been around the world, came out on the new railroad to work for John Henry. We made tracks to every town, and I've watched new towns come to be. The money that I'm making, I spend it kind of free. I've been around the world, working on the new railroad, mud up to my knees. Working on the new railroad with mud up to my knees. Digging for Big John Henry, he's so hard to please. I've been around the world, 30 years they rolled away like the car going down that line. I'm out in this dusty town, there's nothing much I find. Beer and girls I pay for are the only friends of mine. I've been around the world, working on the new railroad, mud up to my knees. Working on the new railroad with mud up to my knees. Digging for Big John Henry, he's so hard to around the world. Single girl, how did you get to be so fine? Single girl, how do you wear your clothes so fine? I get your dress from a railroad man, my shoes from a driver and a mine. Been around the world, working on the new railroad, mud up to my knees. Working on the new railroad with mud up to my knees. Digging for Big John Henry, he's so hard to please. Been around the world, been around the world.
Cheers. Have a good evening. Cheers.
Greg Russell and Kieran Alger there from the BBC Folk Awards 2013 CD. So now I'm going to play a song by False Lights from their first CD, Salvo. It's called Town of Harrow. Listen carefully, you might hear mention of a Great British Bake Off presenter.
Man by birth, my name is Tide of Harrow. I come of poor but honest folk, nigh to the hills of Yarrow. Forgetting of a maid with child to England, I came over. I left my parents and became a wild and daring rover. And straight to London I did go, where I became a soldier, resolved to Britannia's foes, no champion could be bolder. They sailed me to some foreign land where cannons loud did rattle. And believe me, boys, I am not proud how I behaved in battle. But there's the battle I was in Holland and French Flanders. I always fought with a courage keen, led on by brave commanders. With a cruel and sign he called me out, and I was flogged and carted. So cruel the usage they gave me, but so I soon deserted. So to London I set sail, fast as the wind could heave me, resolved that all my liberty no man would ever leave me. I slept by night in open fields, by all old friends forsaken, and I dare not walk the roads by day, for fear that I'd be taken. Being of a courage keen, likewise able-bodied, while I rubbed Lord Downs on the Kingsway way, with my pistols heavy loaded. I pressed my musket to his chest, which caused him for to quiver. 500 pounds in ready gold to me he did deliver. A famous gelding that could jump over 5'8". I bought it from no Fielding, Lord Arkinstone in his fine coach. I robbed a Covent Garden, and 2 hours later the same night I robbed the Earl of Warren. And then one night by Turnham Green I robbed the tax collector, and what I took from him I a widow to protect her. For we only rob the rich and great, to rob the poor I scorned it. And now they leave me to my fate, in iron chains adorned. So now to Newgate I am bound, by the laws convicted, to hang on the Tyburn trees, my fate of which I'm much affrighted. Farewell my friends and countrymen, by native hills of Yarrow. To all the girls I leave behind, remember Tyne of Harrow. Farewell my friends and countrymen, my native hills of Yarrow. To all the girls I leave behind, remember Tyne of Harrow.
That was False Lights with Tyne of Harrow. It's actually Ned Fielding that gets mentioned in the song, not Noel. That was Jim Murray on vocals, who I noticed by coincidence has mixed and played some keyboards on the following album by Isle of Man resident and accordion genius Jamie Smith with his band Mabon. The album is The Space Between, and from 2016 I particularly love this track, 48 in Ortiguera. That was Jamie Smith's Mabon with 48 in Ortiguera, with Jamie on accordion, Oliver Wilson Dickinson on fiddle, some lovely bouzouki playing from Adam Rhodes, Matt Downer on bass, Yolo Whelan on drums, and guesting on the track, who else but Tom Callister on fiddle. Now, to one of my all-time favourite tracks, or is it two tracks? Dimming of the Day is one of Richard Thompson's masterpieces of songwriting, and I think the original is the best, and that's from Richard and Linda Thompson's 1975 album Pour Down Like Silver. Linda's singing is perfectly fragile, and the whole track is sparsely played and produced. It flows into the instrumental Dargai perfectly. Dargai is a pibroch, a tune for Scottish bagpipes with elaborate variations on a theme, and it's written by Scottish fiddler James Scott Skinner, inspired by the military feats of the Gordon Highlanders at the heights of Dargai in northern India. Again, Thompson's playing is sparse but perfectly conjures the feel of the Highland bagpipes.
This old house is falling down around my ears. I'm drowning in the river of my tears. When all my will is gone, you hold me, sweat. I need you at the dimming of the day. You pull me like the moon pulls on the tide. You know just where I keep my backside. What days have come to keep us far apart? A broken promise or a broken heart. Now all the bonny birds have wheeled away. I need you at the dimming of the day. Come the night, you're only what I want. Come the night, you could be my confidant. I see you on the street in company. Why don't you come and ease your mind with me? I'm living for the night we steal away. I need you at the dimming of the day. I need you at the dimming of the day.
Just brilliant. I have said, maybe half jokingly, that I want that played at my funeral, the song and the tune. Perhaps followed by Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now by the Smiths. No plans for anything like that too soon, of course. Let's finish with some dance music in all senses of the phrase. This is Acid Croft Pioneers Shughla with Black Dog from their 2020 album Acid Croft Volume 9. Thanks for joining me tonight on the Manx Radio Folk Show. I'll be back next week, but in the meantime, get in touch via folkshow@manxradio.com and get out and support some live music.